All right, hey everyone. Soap video, and today I'm going to do. This is a small batch. I'm going to do a soap called chocolate covered coconut, or I might call it something like coconut mocha frappuccino or something like that. Anyway, it is a chocolate and coconut scented soap. This actually, my mom requested it, so I'm going to make this for her. I'll be scenting it with some fragrance oils from Brambleberry, chocolate espresso, and coconut. And it smells incredible in here right now. I kind of want to just eat my soaping supplies. It smells so good in here. Chocolate espresso mixed with the coconut is just delicious smelling. I'm going to do some colors. The fragrance oil does discolor, so some of that I'm going to leave plain. Another color I'm going to separate out and use some vanilla stabilizer in. I want to see how that works, and maybe throw in a little white to lighten it up. Do an in the pot swirl with those, and then a third amount I'm going to I'm gonna the second color I'm just going to put white in with, so it'll be whatever the discolored soap is plus white. So I hope to get sort of a chocolatey brown and then a lighter chocolatey brown. And then I'm going to separate another one out and use the vanilla stabilizer in white so I can have some white. I'm going to do kind of an in-the-pot swirl, I think, with the unaltered, hopefully chocolatey brown, a lighter chocolatey brown, and then the white, and then I'm going to top the whole thing with just the white. And then on top of that, what I'm going to do is I have some of these, and so this is a soap that actually was a soap fail. I did a pencil line with cocoa and my layers separated. So I just chucked these in a bucket and they were just sitting around, but they happen to be white and they have cocoa on them. So I took a vegetable peeler and sliced them, and so now I have kind of what looks like coconut shavings. These other ones over here don't have the cocoa on them. So if I need some height, I may sort of put those down first and then use those on top. But that's what I'm going to put on top to sort of decorate them, I think. I think that'll look pretty cool. Okay. All right, so recipe is 10 ounces of olive oil pomace, 10 ounces of coconut oil, 76 degree, 8 ounces of castor oil, 4 ounces of cocoa butter, 12.15 ounces of water, and 4.5 ounces of lye. And let's do a quick temp check. It's I don't know, it's a decently high ratio of castor oil in there, and I like the castor oil because I like my soap to be bubbly. Okay, so my oils are 75, and my lye water is 82. Okay, so we're good to go. All right, lye water into my oils. And let's get blending. Okay. And if I remember correctly, I think I read on the website from Brambleberry that this fragrance oil does accelerate a little bit. So I'm going to try and keep this nice and loose right now. I thought about separating out some of it now and just coloring that white. And and that's what I would use for the top. But I don't know, I kind of want the whole thing to smell, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know, the way this smells, I don't know, it could look like crap and I would still want to use it because it smells so good. All right. So let's divide this into thirds. And the white I'm going to actually make a little more of. Oh, I didn't know. Well, that's okay. I meant to put the fragrance oil in the whole batch, but that's okay. I'll just do it right now. Okay, so this one I'm going to leave unchanged. This one I'm just going to add a little bit of white to. I may stick blend these a little, well, we'll see. And then this one I'm going to add the vanilla stabilizer to and add a fair amount of white then. Okay, so I have some titanium dioxide already pre-mixed. Okay, just a little in there. And then this one, this is vanilla stabilizer, and it should prevent the soap from discoloring from the fragrance oils. I just hope I get kind of a good distinction between them. Alright, they're starting to thick up just a tiny little bit, but they look pretty good. Alright, so alright, uncolored here, or this should turn out to be a chocolatey brown. This one has just a tiny bit of white in it, so this should hopefully be a lighter shade of the chocolatey brown, and then white. So I'm going to do a kind of in the pot swirl. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of the white here, not a lot. My white is definitely thickening up, and that's probably from the titanium dioxide. Alright, so I'm just going to scrape the rest of this out here. Okay, and then into my mold it goes. Now I do want to leave some space for the white on top. So I have a little left over, but I'm not going to put it in. I'm going to put it in this little tiny mold over here. In fact, I may do 2 of them. Okay. All right. And then on top, I'm going to put the white. Okay. I think that's good. And then let me put some white here. I actually like making little extra pieces because, well, either I use them or I give them to my family right now, so I like kind of having some extra ones, and that way you can also, like if I want to use them early, they're not quite cured 4 weeks. All right, so I want to use the rest of this, so I'm going to put it on top here. This smells so good, I don't want to waste any. Okay, I may let this thicken. Let me see how well I can play with it. Since I'm going to cover it, it doesn't really have to be textured, but I kind of want the mound, sort of the higher part in the center. It's still a little thin to do this, although it's getting there. So okay, that looks good. And then let's see. I'm just sort of sticking them in randomly. And I just sort of cut these with a vegetable peeler and then kind of just hand formed them, like just made them little twisty curls. The soap I was using wasn't real hard, but it was probably 2 or 3 weeks old. Okay, sorry, I'm quiet. I'm just sort of cleaning up the top here. Okay. All right, there we have it. So I think that looks pretty darn cool. I love how that looks almost exactly like coconut. So this is going to go in the fridge, let it sit for 24 hours, and then I'll unmold it tomorrow. Okay. Thanks for watching, and the cut should be after the break. Okay, bye. Okay, so this is the cutting portion of the show. So I took the soap out, the coconut Mocha Frappuccino soap, and I took it out this morning and just let it sit so it could harden up a little bit. And now I'm a little worried about cutting this because of the stuff on top. But you know, what am I going to do? Okay. Okay, so we had some that was untreated, and then some that was, so it was just plain with just the fragrance, and then some with the fragrance and a little bit of titanium dioxide, and then some white. So I can see those. I expected this actually to discolor even more brown. From what I had read, but it's right now it's, you know, just sort of a creamy color. I think you can pick that up there. So the swirls are still kind of nice, and then, you know, the top looks cool. I had cut some. I had some extra, and I cut those this morning, some smaller pieces. So the colors aren't that much different. Let me change my lighting here a little bit. Sometimes I have that overhead light on and it just washes everything out. So, so you can still see the swirls, I think. And I thought maybe it would sort of darken as over time. But I cut this morning, and so it's been almost, it's been over 12 hours. And those colors look pretty much the same as the ones I just cut. So I think if I would have had some brown mica or something, I actually probably would have used that. Well, I don't know, because I didn't know. I thought this was going to be brown on its own. But it's not bad. I mean, the swirls are pretty. And the tops just look fantastic, so I'm very happy with that. This did come out to be a very soft soap. When I unmolded it this morning, it was hard to get out of the mold actually, and I've never really had that. I left it for almost 24 hours, and I mean, I've had some that have stuck a little when I've taken them out of the mold after 24 hours, but this one was still pretty wet, and I had to actually use a knife to sort of free up the sides, and the bottom stayed pretty soft. Now I had this sitting out, and you know, the bottom was just on some butcher's paper, and the bottom is still pretty soft. But, I mean, it's much better than what it was this morning, so. But I think, you know, I was sort of testing this as, like, my general kind of just basic soap recipe. I'm going to see how it goes, but these feel a little bit softer. A little too soft, actually. But, I mean, they might harden up. You know, it's only... It's only you know, 36 hours since I made them, so I guess I'll let it have some time to prove me wrong. But the soap feels pretty soft in general. Wait, and check out the smell. Oh my, that smells so good. The chocolate and the coconut came together really nicely. And I love that this chocolate has some coffee, some espresso notes to it. I just think that makes it, I don't know, I think coffee and chocolate always enhance each other. So it smells really good. And I posted this on Facebook on Soaper's Retreat on Facebook, and if you're a soaper and you're looking for a Facebook group, let me recommend Soaper's Retreat. It's a really good group of people over there, and it's a very active group. And super nice people. So I posted this picture wet last night when I poured it, and everybody was really interested to see, what it looks like when it's cut. So I'm going to be posting these pictures, some of these pictures, or some cut pictures on Facebook on Soaper's Retreat. Most of the top stuff is staying on pretty well. A little bit has fallen off, and a little bit sort of got crunched when I used the cutter. But in general, the top stayed pretty darn good. Now this is an end piece, so it's a little smaller than the others. But boy, does it smell good. Okay, so that is it. That is the coconut mocha frappuccino. And comments, questions, I would love to hear them or answer them if I can. And that's it from me. So check back for more soap videos in the future. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.